think everybody out there that like might be single now and like, you know, like they're trying to hook me up with them, and when I actually go to their profile page and they have a picture of themselves as a baby, I'd like to thank those people, because that's literally like saying like, hey, here's a picture of me when I was last attractive. So I'll take by your light laughter that a lot of you people have your baby picture as your profile picture. So when you become single out of that too, I start to realize that a lot of people want to set me up now, like family members, co-workers, friends, and you start to gain a perception of what these people think of you by the people that they set you up with, right? Like people will literally be like, oh, I have the perfect girl for you. You're gonna love her. You're gonna love her. What's her name? She's like, Lisa? Oh, really? Tell me a little bit about Lisa. And she's like, oh, you're gonna love her. She's exactly like you. She is lactose intolerant, recently divorced. I think she's 31, 32, or 48. She has Sophie, Genevieve, Danielle, 4 cats, and she's in between family video jobs. So she's just like you, right? That's you, right? Fuck you, man, huh? Not that desperate. Go to hell. It starts to make me really believe in the Maury Povich and Jerry Springer show when he come off something like this. You're just like, I can totally understand why Chris Brown reacted the way he did. That's what I can understand. I think I just lost a lot of females on that, and she just had to lean in and go, who the fuck is Chris Brown? Now, I'm not up here to support domestic violence, I promise you that. In fact, I'm against domestic violence so much, I literally have to sometimes turn off the Maury Povich and Jerry Springer show, because every week they have a domestic violence relationship, and you want to feel bad for these poor girls, but they always have the worst excuses in the entire world. Maury's always sitting there with them, and he's like, honey, you're on national television, embarrassing your last name for generations beyond you. Why are you still with this guy? And here comes their same lame ass excuse. You don't know him. He was not like this when we first met. It's like, how did you think your first meet and greet would go? Like, hey, what's up, baby? My name's Matt. I'm just trying to show you what it's going to be like. Thank you guys so much, Wednesday Night Funnies. You guys are actually always a phenomenal crowd every time here, so keep supporting it. Brian B. and everybody else. Thank you guys so much.
My animal crackers say, do not eat if seal is broken. So I just tied him up and spanked him. Crackers love spanking. Personally, I don't think I snore that loud, but the bowling alley next door begs to differ. My uncle is so anti-government, he follows salt trucks with a Zamboni. I went to a Christian magic show the other day. The best trick was at the end when they handcuffed the magician and the church burned him as a witch. Can't do that twice. The greatest thing about having Alzheimer's is that you get to meet so many new people. You know, my mom told me that joke when she was younger, and now I get to repeat it to her day after day after day. And she just laughs and laughs and laughs until she stabs me as an intruder. I'm a white guy, so if I could be reborn as any race, it'd have to be NASCAR. So you thought that joke was going to be racist, but then I said NASCAR. So you were right.
I'm pretty sure my dad's gay. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure he likes the dick. And there's really nothing about my dad that would make you think he's gay. Like he's married, 4 kids, deacon at his church, all that bullshit. But the thing is, the only reason that I suspect him is because every time I go visit my family, I find gay porn on his computer. And the thing is, it's never like a little bit of gay porn. Like, it's not like he's at his computer and he's like, oh my god, that's gay porn, and he exits out of it. Nor is it like an island of gay porn amongst a sea of straight porn. Like, he's looking at porn and he's just like, I'm looking at porn, I'll switch over to gay porn to mix it up, and we're gonna finish off on the home team. It's not the scenario, like, it's all gay porn. And it's not even some gay porn. I can't describe it as some. Like, I don't know what's normal if a gay man is going to sit down at his computer and look at porn. Whatever amount it is normal for him to look at and then be done, this just has to far, far exceed that amount. Do you guys know the story of Noah and the Ark? Where the dude builds a boat and it rains for 40 days and nights and floods the earth? Well, that's how much gay porn is on my dad's computer. It is as if God himself rains down homosexual pornography upon my father and his household for 40 days and 40 nights. And when it's done, my dad goes, "Same again, please." It's a lot of gay porn. Understand, it's not a problem if my dad's gay. Why would that be a problem? I hope my dad's gay. I hope my dad is the ball-suckingest, taint-tickling, flaming fag this side of San Diego. Because at least then we might have something to talk about. As is, it's impossible for me and my dad to converse. We can't do it. And it doesn't matter what I say or what I ask him. He always just has these little succinct answers like, "Hey Dad, how's it going?" Can't complain. How's work been going? Anything new going on at work? Nah, work is work. Anything new going on? Anything exciting you want to talk about? Nah, same old, same old.
I'm gonna stand up.
Okay, Dad, good talk. Thanks for the communication skills. All my exes really enjoy that about me. But maybe if he was gay, I could be like, "So Dad, you suck any good dick lately?" And he could be like, "Well, there was this one dick." And we could bond over that, you know? We can dream.
I'll tell you what though, last Friday night I had a tough night. Drank way too much. Saturday morning I get up, come downstairs, my daughter meets me right at the end of the stairs. "Dad, when are you gonna learn? Nothing good comes from alcohol." That's awful ironic coming from you. Our youngest daughter just recently turned 18. The next morning my wife goes, "What do you think? Youngest daughter's 18. I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'll never have to pay child support." To which my wife said, "That's okay, she's not yours anyway." I was like, well, yeah, it kind of hurt a little bit. Let's see here. I just read that after you've been in a long-term relationship, the best way to spruce it up is to share your fantasies with each other. Yeah, I tried it. I wouldn't recommend it. Unless she's part of your fantasies, wouldn't say a word about it. That can get awful awkward very quickly. Let's see here. I'll tell you, I was a completely mechanically inept child. I did not have the ability to fix anything at all. But that changed one day. I was about 14 years old. I got a porn jammed in the VCR, and my mom and dad were due home in 15 minutes. It was at that point in my life I became an electronics repair expert. To this day, I can still take a VCR apart, put it back together in 12 minutes flat. 12 minutes flat. My wife and I, we are empty nesters. Children have gone off to college. We've decided to do some things we haven't done in the past, kind of try to spruce things up, kind of do some different things. Last Saturday we went bowling. Ever since then, I've had the overwhelming desire to beat the shit out of her and move into a single wide. That's my bowling experience. Let's see here. I just read that 60% of Americans are obese. 60%. And yet we do nothing at all for these people. As a matter of fact, when you go from being obese to morbidly obese, we give you a handicap parking sticker, thus reducing the distance between yourself and Twinkies. I think if we really cared about these people, we really cared about them, we would mandate that they park in the furthest spot available. We would saddle them and allow the truly handicapped to ride them through the store. It's a great plan. Handicapped get exercise. Truly handicapped get transportation. We all get entertainment. Win, win, win. Awesome. Awesome. I also just heard that if you're having a tough time in your life, you should seek to make a difference in another person's life. That'll make you feel better about your current situation in life. Seek to make a difference in another person's life. That's a great idea. So I loaded a bunch of child porn into my brother-in-law's computer and called the cops. Boy, did that make a difference in his life. Yes, his employment situation is really different now. Really different. My brother's got a hell of a problem. My nephew just recently graduated college, and to celebrate, he went and got a tattoo on his neck. So my brother spends $85,000 on this kid's college education, and he immediately finds a cure for success and prosperity. I saw him the next weekend. He's like, Uncle Mike, you see my new tattoo? I'm like, yeah, it's on your neck. He goes, yeah, in Chinese this says strength. I'm like, really? In English, that says minimum wage.
It's a good year for me. It's a big year, folks. It's gonna be a good year. This year I'm turning 75 in fat guy years. So for you regular healthy people, that's 30. It's not quite as bad as dog years. They progress a little faster. That's why if you ever see a fat dog, it's the most depressing thing you've ever seen. Like, even Sarah McLachlan's dogs have a glimmer of hope because they got discovered. You know, there's a chance. They're thin, which is nice, and they get to be on TV. But if you're a fat dog, you know, you got like a week and a half left to live. So it's extra depressing. They ought to have some sort of a telethon about that, I think. I don't know. So it's wintertime. Wintertime outside, folks. It's a good time to be a fat guy in the wintertime because I'm always warm. People seem to enjoy that, I guess. I don't know. It's the only time of the year where you can buy Kleenex and lotion at the same time without being put on a list somewhere. Like if somebody rolls up to Meijer with Kleenex and tissue in June, there's a lot of questions involved with that. But now it's okay. I like neon signs when they're broken, when they spell funny words. They make me laugh. Right now it's tax season by my house. There's an income tax place. Sign out front says income tax, but it's broken, and now it just says come tax. And I laugh for like an hour and a half because I'm a child inside. And then I thought about it, and I was like, wait a minute. Brainstorm, that's a great way to balance the budget, or whatever. I don't do political things. But anyhow, so you figure, so every time you come, it's like $1. You throw it into some fund somewhere, right? And I gotta be good for at least $800 or $900 just by myself. And then my wife, she's good for like $1.50, right? Right, guys? I'm bad at sex, is what I don't know. So I've been wanting to make my jokes a little more topical, so I wrote one about ointment. Thank you. I guess that one's for external use only. I got this new idea for a movie. It's this great idea for a new movie. Basically, it stars two people. It's a man and a woman. They're both naked. They're having sex. I want to call it porn. Some of you guys may have heard some of my earlier attempts. They're out there. I want to put an E on the end, like it's old-timey. I want to shoot it in black and white and red. It's a period piece.
If Samuel L. Jackson is such a great actor, why does he only play a black guy? Why can't he play a white guy like Will Smith? I recently, I work in a kitchen in a line, and we recently just got a new black guy, so I've been telling a lot more Asian jokes. Like this one. I think a lot of Asians look alike. I also think a lot of people with Down syndrome look alike. I'm not saying that the two are related, but they're both really bad drivers. My name is Seth Lee. Obviously, I'm not an Asian, but my penis is. Any girl I sleep with is 2.5 inches away from being a lesbian. I would know my mom's a lesbian, which growing up wasn't so bad, because walking in on her having sex was still kind of hot. I recently found out that my grandma got hearing aids, and I was like, that's fucking disgusting. You're way too old for phone sex. I just had a gay friend come out of the closet. We've all known he was gay for a really long time. He came out to us in a group, and I wanted to tell him, like we all knew, but I accidentally said, it's about fucking time too fast, and it came out, it's about fucking time. I haven't been sitting very long since. Recently, one of my friends at work, I act out a bit, asked me how many times I was dropped on my head as a child. I thought about it and I said, none. You'd have to be picked up first.
That's right, it's Black History Month, y'all, let's go! I done be doom by way. I done be doom by why. Guess you guys did your research. That's right. Black people don't even celebrate Black History Month right. We don't fuck around with Africans. It's a whole different subject. It's a whole two different things. Like, we don't even like Africans that much. Like, I had an African who came up to me at work. I was selling some phones to him, and I was, getting him his plan all together, and I'm like, sir, you got your phones that you want, got the plans that you want, are we ready to do this? He looked me dead in my face, and he was like, the giraffe that runs without looking forward is soon to be as lonely as a turtle. Does that mean you want a family plan, or? Because I don't fucking speak Mandela, I'm sorry. I do love, like, when white people would be like, my friend says that I'm black because I know all the words to Dr. Dre's The Chronic. That's not the way it works. I know all the dance moves and the words to Achy Breaky Heart. Doesn't make me white, does it? Yeah. My credit score doesn't go up, does it? No, that's not the way. I don't get country club memberships. Can't have sex with your daughters, can I? Oh, too far, huh? Sorry, guys. Hey, goddammit. Don't worry, fellas. Your daughters are safe, because I'm done dating white women. Not because I don't love them, because I do. Hey, white ladies at the bar. But because they have family members that hunt. And if you're a white guy out there and you're like, I have a black friend and his name is Marcus, he hunts with me. That's fucking awesome, that's great, but I bet you haven't had two black guys. That's my point, Your friend Marcus is rare. You should love him and appreciate him. Give him a hug. He's like a black unicorn. It's just doesn't happen very often. But I had to give up the white girls because, you know, I would hate to have a disgruntled white girl that I'm dating and, you know, I'll break her heart and she has a family member, you know, pick me off from 300 yards somewhere in a tree. You know, he's hunting me in my natural habitat because as big as I am, I'm like a 12-point buck, you know? Be mounted on this wall and shit. You catch me in my natural habitat coming out of Taco Bell with a Nacho Bel Grande. Come on, buddy. Oh, my nachos. Damn you, Hannah. Hannah's the whitest name I can think of. So.
I am the last comic. After that is the Super Bowl. You guys excited? Yeah. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, though. Isn't the Super Bowl like they have a bunch of hype, then it's over, and nobody remembers shit? Am I right? It's like that Mayan calendar. Right? End of the world. Have you heard about the end of the world anymore? Hell no. So here's my quiz for you, and this is not a gag. I have $20. I will give this to the first person who correctly answers the next 3 questions. Can't use your smartphone or anything. First question, remember, I was going to say a few years ago, but it was 9 years ago, 2004, we had that wardrobe malfunction. I kind of hope Beyonce has that, don't you? Yeah, but, or some people know it as Nipplegate. Who was the celebrity that showed her breast? Oh, you're already on it. Janet Jackson. Everybody got that right, huh? All right, you got that first one right. For $20, the next 2. Who won that Super Bowl? And what was the final score? I'm going to keep my $20, huh? Nobody gives a shit about that game, but they remember Janet Jackson's nipple. Yeah, I'll keep my... It was New England. New England won against Carolina Panthers. Had to look it up, 32-29. And actually, Tom Brady was the MVP that year. That's pretty bad. That's when he started dating models. Was right then. And if you remember last year, his model wife was like dissing the receivers, saying, "Well, we can't win if they can't catch." I don't have to worry about that because the only model I ever had sex with, I had to put together. And it was an airplane. Hey, I was young, it had a cockpit. All right, I wasn't that young. That sticky stuff holding together, that was not super glue. All right, I didn't know if I just didn't know if these jokes would fly. Okay. Trying to do my topical stuff. Let's see what else we got. Actually, the big thing with the Super Bowl is like the homophobic comments made, right? There's a San Francisco player talking trash about gay people. I'm not going to have anybody gay on my team, stuff like that. I'm thinking, you don't diss Muhammad in Mecca, right? You do not be talking about gay people in San Francisco, I don't think. Now, me personally, I'm fine with gay people anywhere, right? The only thing is if they did have openly gay people, I do hope the NFL does stop that head-to-head contact. Not all these are going to be gems. And then the other thing is the steroids, like Ray Lewis, talking about he might have used some steroids or whatever. And then, of course, the big one is Lance Armstrong, when he confessed. Actually, I think the only one surprised that he was, until he confessed, was that Notre Dame linebacker. I think he actually should get drafted by the Lions. Who's with me? Detroit Lions. Because then he could play for an imaginary football team. Too soon? Too soon? Let's see what else. But actually for Lance, it's not all bad because once he finally admitted that he's doing performance enhancement drugs, he's now the new spokesperson for Viagra. That's something positive on it. And then of course it's a big gambling day, right? It's the biggest gambling day in Las Vegas, the Super Bowl. But they bet on everything. Like right now they have Duchess Kate, she's pregnant. There'll be all the news about that. You can bet on like 51% are the odds that it's going to be a boy. 49% it's a girl, 5% it's twins, which is the same percentage, 5% that the real father is Kanye West. So, he had a busy 2012. And let's see, I'll do some oldies goodies. A lot of you know that I'm actually a police officer.
Yes.
Thank you. Wrong spots. Ann Arbor police officer, and go ahead.
I don't sell weed.
You don't sell weed. I know you don't. Only crack. I kid you. Actually, it's funny because as a police officer, it's funny because whenever we pull somebody over, they always thought it was because of their race or ethnicity. It's like the other day, I pulled over this gentleman before I could get his license and registration. He started screaming at me that the only reason I'm stopping him is because he's Mexican. I was so unfair, he wouldn't even listen to me. This is honest goodness truth. I had no idea he was Mexican. Only reason I stopped him, I thought he was black. Oh, come on, Grand Rabbit, you know I'm kidding. That was not the only reason. He was with a skinny white woman. Now, you know I'm kidding. She wasn't skinny. Oh, thank you very much. How much time I got? Keep going till the Super Bowl? I don't know. 2 minutes? Okay, let's see what else. Let's just talk about police things, try some new stuff. Like, I remember I pulled over a guy late at night. I could see him weaving, so I got his license and registration. I could smell the alcohol, so I asked him, I said, where are you headed? And he's like, believe it or not, officer, I'm going to a lecture on the evils of alcohol. I'm like, it's 2:30 in the morning, who's giving this lecture? He's like, oh, my wife. And then I worked as a dispatcher, would take calls. I got in trouble though because a guy from Comcast called. He was in trouble with a customer, so he wanted the police to come out. So I told him, okay, we'll come out next Thursday between 10 and 6. So he didn't like that. But back to the Super Bowl thing, I don't know if you saw, not only is it a big gambling thing and stuff, but the prostitution is big in New Orleans. Everybody, yeah, you like that, huh? But now me personally, I remember when I was doing police work, I had this one prostitute. She like comes to me. She was wearing a really short miniskirt on, and she was wearing crotchless panties. And she comes and she's like, "Hey, officer, you want some of this?" Of course, I was professional. I said, "No, I don't." She got offended. She's like, "Why, are you gay or something?" I said, "No, I just don't want any of that. I mean, look what it did to your panties." Besides, I could see her balls. I think she's from Sagatuck. No, she wasn't. She's from Douglas. I kid you, I banged her. That's my time. Thank you very much. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Thank you for coming out, supporting us. Have fun. And go Lions!